Surprise on the mix.
We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved with stuff.
Welcome back. You still watch the breakfast show. They come to you live on Liberty TV. One for say apologies for that break day due to power cuts. Edsa. I call you 3 times. Anyways, we continue with the breakfast show. They come to you live on Liberty TV, and now this edition of the breakfast show, we tell us say we go for talk about how prepared the Sierra Leone for the Ebola. And currently, we talk to the Karine district chairman for the All People's Congress APC party, when a Dr. Adikali Kabasi say there this morning. We can talk now about the issue we get for do with the rerun of ward elections. Karine na one of the districts and we then cancel forwards them. We can look at that issue now because earlier it don't they tell we how it don't they run the district as chairman for the APC and waiting don't they happen under in leadership. Doctor, let we just come now to the issue we get for do with the rerun elections here. We know say previously they made all the elections and then what then they under the lower level elections where the APC they do, but complaints them been come out where we make them been cancel the election and the people them be go lay complain na PPRC and PPRC been give directives where then give ruling as to how the elections therefore be handled. But we see cancellation happen again even after people be don't go lay complain at PPRC. But let me just go back initially. Now waiting about the issues them where we make them cancel and before the people then go PPRC. Then we can look at this one where just happened the past weekend. What initially been happen?
Okay, thank you, Mabel. When we start the process of registration, because we mandate now for 3 years, and when the 3 years then they come, we go for register new members, verify the old members, and get a list where you go for go vote. We now the votes are register. We will not get this votes are register. They will not produce for meet up that first election, and that voter register they been come out on the 12th of February 2026, signed and approved by the Secretary General. We now get for we voters them we then get for count without go without no go. So when this election has to come, we go to Karine district. In the first place, the ballot box them or the voting material they may reach late. So we for dinner hall from night till to clean for make sure say we watch the IMC man for sort them out. But before the sorting, you know, say there's a process where you never forget agents them. And so 10 we reach for make we submit, let candidates submit names of the agents they are pulling officer them for apply. They not consult the district chairman them. Now IMC say now they get the mandate for select pulling officers then. Right? It is their responsibility. So we left them. But when it came into a matter of selecting them, we ask a question. Me specifically asked the regional coordinator for IMC na the northwest. So waiting at the criteria we use for select them people as because I been giving criteria. And how we select them? Because we know we call interviews. So then say then call the interview and I say, okay, I want to see the list of interviews they want to call and now do the selection. That one may bring problem. For the peace within the party, we allow them for make them go. But just for make you understand, say you go give pulling staff for let work for call name winner Mohammed Kamara no sabi. So that will create some delay in some of the elections them. We make the 7 wards that them in cancel. 2 of the wards them. Now 1 member of parliament then go scatter day. When as you go 65. Putting boys the way Honorable Cecilia. Then go set the confusion day. 2 of the other side them, then go to the box them. It was like they almost don't begin for vote. Even before the people are going to line. So the one that we did not agree for let the election take place. And so I will get information. So thereafter then, now myself say write the letter to IEMC for telling see these 7 stations should be cancelled. And I give all my reasons why they for cancel them. And when the IEMC coordinators within carrying SF sending report, it was almost like the same. So those 7 wards were cancelled because 3, the box then not reach the quick. And 2, the box then go to there almost begin for vote day. And 2, voting don't start. Now the honorable Lengo scatter them.
We say scatter, what exactly happened? Because in order now for clear the allegations, but the public for understand what exactly happened.
Good. The reports I get from the agents the way did it. Say when the election don't start, they don't start for vote. Then the honorable coincided with one in driver where they always the worker. Waiting the argument will happen within the unable forget them. But the guy when Amadou, they say that only ballot the box now he pull the cover there and scatter the ballot papers there. So the police the way did it, then they get all the ballot box, then so the election will continue again. Then go there na Kamakwe.
And this honorable an APC member of parliament.
APC member, another APC member of parliament for 065 because they originate, no they represent carrying any block system. Then do the same thing that what 221, who said the center be there. Then go do the same thing, they scatter the box and then the police then get at the box and back out. And maybe when the police then kinda na Kamakwe the box, then when I go for go inquire, they say that apple na scatter the box, then we make them stop the election. Where did it? So those 7 words then go to the complaint board. The complaint board sits on the matter and order a rerun. And those 7 words they not been go again at PPRC because we all be accept the rulings the way take place now the complaint board. But one thing I want for me to also note that we get for peak locations the outside the election that will take place. So when we get 2 sets. Me as the district chairman, I ask all the constituency chairmen there for giving locations the way convenient for the people there. Then submit them to me, and I submit them to the secretariat because I have the responsibility for pronounce locations. All of a sudden, I can't understand. See, there's another team within a Karine they call Team Redeem Karine. We also submit list of centers. So when they make the first posting of the centers, I objected because one we look at proximity and how the people are registered. So we had that argument. We've been there for going at the house of the acting national chairman in the presence of the Secretary General, the head of secretariat for elections and for registration, winner Comrade ABS, the acting chairman himself, and stakeholders from Karine district. We all go look at these centers. We argue, we deliberate, we argue and come into conclusion and get all of these centers agreed upon and submit them. And in those centers that did the elections, they will take place. But all of a sudden, when we come to this rerun, we can't realize it, then change the centers then again. I officially wrote a letter to the IECB protesting that those centers should not be changed. And I make reference to the supplementary directive where PPRC give. Where in that supplementary directive, line number 4 states say, for every change in venue, you get for involve the secretariat, the IEMC, and the district representative. 3 sets of individuals. But I can't see them post venues the way they change without me consent.
This them, now that they refer to, we change the venues.
To me, I put us squarely to the Secretary General because he is the head of the Secretariat and is responsible for publication of venues. And so I say, the Secretary General changed the venues without my consent. And that was my petition. Why, if I change the venue without my consent, it was in his presence where me, the acting Secretary General, with other stakeholders agreed upon those venues, within the rationale. And the other thing we raise concern, how you go pull a voting center in the chiefdom headquarters, we get police station. A can go say police station, no day. What was that rationale? I asked the same question. How you go pull a voting center who say over 200 people a register, I can go say 19 people a register for go make the polling center. So we asked all of those questions, but the Secretary General refused for giving feedback. Then go ahead with the elections. And because then go ahead with the elections, we not accept those areas because the right thing was not done. And at this 6 year, I no go team up, then trample upon the rights of the people of Carolina district. Say because you are the superior for the way you're supposed to do. No, if what you do not the right thing, we stand by you. If it is wrong thing, no, we say no. And so we say those elections will not hold. That is for 2 other awards that we then cancelled. The 2 other awards then we not accept for let the election take place. When I myself say go disrupt the election day. PPRC say we for use the old register. For goodness sake, it is a rerun. Let us say, for example, we get to national election. ECSL don't pull the voter register. We don't vote, then they say there is a rerun. ECSL no get right to go add voters then they again because it's a rerun. But when they happen at Carolina district, one word when about 220, where the registered voter that will be there 499. It didn't have my phone, I get them. Secretariat give them. It didn't have a website. But when we go for go conduct the election, now when they pull the voter register where someone for CM, the number go up to 950 registered voters. So my concern was, who side is 451 come out? When they add them, they without me consent. How they register, the way the old register get 499. And so I stood my ground for say this election no go right. Until we get that register of 499 before the election will continue.
Also, you suspect, say, the manipulation happened for let the figures move up?
To me, again, by the constitution, the register of voters, they emanate from the districts, from the constituency to district to region to national. National now gets right for produce the final registration. And so to me, I say, it is in the hands of the Secretary General and the Secretariat of APC. Because the Secretary General now get right for pull the final voter register. So any manipulation will happen along the line, I put it that it is the responsibility of the Secretary General of the APC.
Una don't channel and concern also to the body that were responsible for that, the complaints body?
Yes. Just after the elections, we will take place Sunday. When I can't talk free on Monday, I don't tender me petition to the IECB.
Don't get feedback?
Because that is the procedure. Onto this movement to accidents, I don't get feedback it. I hope say before, because it was submitted on Monday in the evening, and then say get for sit down for look at those petitions, right to the party give them space for let them sit down and get back to the petitioners then. And so I sure see that process they go on so we make them not get back to it.
You as chairman, what make you feel say all this they happen, people they change figures, people they change location, which they suspect, say they in the play?
To me, my suspicion is personal interest. And that is what we want to get into the bottom of it.
From the secretariat, for people from the secretariat?
Yes. You know, I put them squarely on the secretariat. You just feel like if you get exams, then the exam questions they leak. You begin first from the exams office, and then go to the lecturers and we get the questions there, right? I don't go blame students. We get the leakage. I blame the lecturers and the exams officers because I didn't submit questions. And one of the things that happened in that election day, we squarely make me petitions where I write now on 3 bases. 1. The change of location, where they don't seek the relevant authority before they change location. The secretariat no gets that unilateral power for change location. He no get them. If I do them in consultation with the IMC and with the district executive and with the valid reason why they change. That's now one petition. Why it change? I'm going to explain you. Petition number 2. Waiting cause the increase of voters. Now the one word we will foresee the voter register. When I be 499, they move up to 950. Why the increase? And who said that increase they take place? One for no. That is the second petition. Petition number 3, now against the IEMC coordinator, now carrying a district and Northwest region. If we go into the elections, now what 217, consent 064, now come up here. We catch somebody we get nearly 100 ballot papers stamped and signed before the elections. It go for go vote.
This election or
this particular region. Thank God we not be non go for go vote it. Now outside go for go vote na the polling center. Now in the agent the way they are around. You know if they go for go put 9 ballot papers, it should not take more than 3 minutes for ticket and go down. Well, it was there for about 5 minutes, so they were worried suspicion and go for go watch. When they go for go watch, you make you pack all the paper then at the table. Voting slips. Who that gear?
They wanna get evidence of all land.
Sure, it didn't have police. It didn't have my phone. The video. When police, you go and throw some na bush. Where the people have been they escort the motor, go and pick them. There are videos so that when they go to police na 74, they pull na bag with them content in the presence of the police. So if they na police, they on bail right now. We they don't go sign for them because we for pursue that matter day. The electoral fraud. We know they encourage that one day. And so, if those things happen, maybe blame the IMC coordinator. Now carry this because I stamp and sign those ballot papers in the evening. If in the morning we see ballot papers and go out, he is responsible. So to we also don't petition for say therefore change all those elections officers na carry in a district.
Because of ask if we get confidence again for.
No, we not get time again. Then do the first elections. We would then get some things that we then will not be happy about. We complain. They ignored. You go put people away for one election, not sabi read and write. We complain, they ignored. But this trip and nothing say they go for ignore because they ignore. We are going to PPRC.
When you say they ignored, this morning you don't make allegations and don't indict, especially the Secretary General of Una Party and also that of the coordinator for the Internal Elections Management Committee within the APC. All of what you say this morning because they're not there for respond. Not seen them where you get evidence of in case we reach to that point.
Definitely. As I tell you now, the one for the voter registers, the way they catch you, but we didn't have police, it didn't have before. I get video evidences. The one for the change of the polling centers, then, yes, it was published. And the rules say for consult. And so because he not consult, he should be accused.
A lot of allegations on award elections here be don't they come up, especially people get the belief say certain things where they happen, people they do them in favor of certain aspirants them for on a flag bearer position. You said they suspect the same thing say all of the revelations here where they make here this morning. Get any link of person where they favor anybody where one for be flag bearer na the APC where you go to feel like na friend and they do them work here?
For now, I know we are certain. Because my own focus on the people of carrying a decision focus and follow get a free and fair elections. If somebody do something in the background for favor any other component, so we not can take that into consideration because one thing we believe say the voice of the people stands tall. Nothing other for change them. So whatever somebody thinks he could do for you, either for your own personal gain or for somebody else, they do them at a failed rate. Because had it not been for the resilience of the people of Canada, or not for the textile of them things here, so if somebody do them for you, for flag bearer, that is one thing where we na Canada the boast of. We give open hands to every flag bearer one for good day. And me as district chairman, I don't witness the visitation of every flag bearer whenever I don't go to carry the district with me district executive. Because make I'm sure for say it is about carrying a district. We listen to all the other we go talk to we. The other things say good for salon and for carrying a district, we go by you. And so we know now that is why we know the concentrate whether somebody want for support or not for support na carrying a district. But when the time comes, we decide as carrying a people. That is our belief.
We don't see chairman there that already pointed and then this camp or they support this candidate. Your case different.
Well, I know we say my own case different. Sometimes they do I'm in your absence. I don't know. Because some allegations are done in your absence. Now, rumors it is apparent that they get for the point finger at every individual within any political position within the get decision for take. And to some point, people are going to refer to you because they think say if you win, you know, support them your own aspiration. That is something I'm certain of, that the fight in Carolina is because they think say some of we not too easy for let them bend with so far. Because we consult. We talk to people and when they take unilateral decision. And so all of these fights will go on Carolina district. Now because of that.
If they get issues with the secretariat and now the election get for come first before flag bearer, you also the suspect say people within the executive. They do all this for gain power back or for maintain power.
Getting issue with the secretariat is based upon 3 components as well.
Yeah.
Before now, we were fine. When you do something good, we tell you to do something good. When you do something bad, we tell you that this is not correct. We get for correct time. And we, like I tell people and say, we own election they can. Because somebody say, Shaman effects because you want to follow the elect them. And I tell people and say, either they elect me or not, I don't care. What is good for the people of Carolina, I go do them. People of Carolina think say, I am fit for being the district chairman again, then go vote me in. If they think say I'm not fit, I'm still APC. I'm still a delegate. But what I want for sets now that waiting good for Carolina district, we for do them. We have 21 wards in Carolina district. 17 is completed. Although of the 700 and the one the way they all also the done petition because of suspected overvoting, with possibly something go either be 4 or 5 reruns based upon the decision of the IECB. But let me say of those 17, people ever think they support me. We don't win 15. We only lost 2 of the 21. If not for matter of giving up, we don't say, okay, let we left there. But no, the right thing should be done. We then conduct them for them. If my team lost them back, we lost them. I don't care.
So this concern, is it about your team on the field, they're not happy and they feel they don't see them fairly, or it's about the right thing?
It's about the right thing. Because I tell you, my brother, if them for even left that 900 we them put them, we will still beat them. But no, this is a bad signal.
It's possible for Laward to get that number, the 900?
Yes, it is possible. Because in 065, Ward 215, the registered voters, the way being Didi, we are 2,000. But because they all know the one that we pay meet up to the criteria, was 770. We are the biggest. So, I can say that's possible for Lehapu Nakamakwe. There's another one we get 860 registered voters. We publish on the 12th by the Secretariat. We accept them because that is the figure. Because all the registration, we get them. We make complete follow-up. So, but it is not possible for let's today na 499, then tomorrow na 950. So because of that discrepancy, now that make we question the credibility of the Secretariat for this particular moment, in that particular word.
Then see how they talk about SODOC now, basic democratic principles. This is not the first time where it happened. Electoral malpractice happened the first time, then cancel the elections. When I can't do rerun again, complaints come out and they don't cancel back. At this stage, what you go say don't be the efforts of the national executive for ensure say in as much as there's an independent elections management committee where they run the elections, but the APC follow democratic principles. What you go say don't be the executive then support so far for ensure say on a party democratic.
Sincerely, the national executive, they try. However, in the midst of the try, when they try, get some way, one for bypass the system. And that is why we are seeing, they say, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. With the Secretary General at the head of the Secretariat, it should be blamed for any malpractice to happen within the Secretariat. It could not be that Nain directly do them. But if any of his staff do them, and where we shot in staff do them, because there was somebody who was responsible for the data, and that person gets access to every names the way they can. If that person is able for monitor and well, because this issue, it came up before going na the elections. The rumors they come for so they don't add that particular word. We raise the matter. It's all the responsibility of the Secretariat for do a recheck of that particular, but they're not one. And so we are saying they are responsible.
If somebody got ballot paper for do over voting, like for example, I don't get 400 and something, you know, if it's again, if even the possible vote over voting will come out.
Overvoting not before come out.
Why?
You know why? Let us assume, say, they don't give you 950. Okay? Now the book. And then, at this particular time of the year, people and then affirm the work. You know, you get 950 people for go vote. You know, you get 500 for come out for go vote. Now that center that will be in Timabdi, the approximate number of people will be around 300. So you like you get 100 ballot paper, go add and they do the sum up to 950. And so because of that, I make we no allow for make you go ahead. If we before count the other book winner be 499, the election before go ahead. So that is our stand.
The events already happening. Officially, like they take the APC file, they delay the whole process for long reach to the final point to get national executive and flag bearer.
It is, and we are not happy about that. And so now make we call upon the Secretariat for me then stand tall. And think say anybody want for delay the process, let them set them aside. Nobody is indispensable. Yeah, if they get people within that data system, the way they try for fraud the system, let them set them aside and move on. Because by now we think of getting constituency elections. But no, we can get back those reruns. And after those reruns, you get for put back, you need to about 21 days for get constituency elections. And time is going.
In office like this all make some officials within government or they say people they say APC not ready for like rule this country.
Well, if they get that thought in a misconception, or maybe they are politically myopic. Yeah, we all know say who said it's guy forgets power for one specific component, they are going to be tussled. And depending upon how you manage that tussle, then go people and say you're ready or not ready. And so we don't have to talk about the USLPP internal issues because they say we get internal issues. Now we don't talk about we are mending our own fences bit by bit. We want to make sure say we go as how we go and be a united party.
But how you go talk about the seriousness of the APC, where we think just what elections, they accuse self of electoral malpractice. Then when it comes to national, the same APC go condemn how people conduct election, where we think self just a word election, not able to go they conduct self and come out the peaceful one, the point finger upon self for electoral malpractice.
Perfect. You see, when it comes to matter of credibility or aspersions or suspicions, you get different way for think. If we want for left the APC like APC tried, if we don't go like wait them say the passé, we before don't done the elections here so from higher authority. And this party here so now for support, we go support them. But because we want for maintain a democratic principle, I make for any step we want for shift the principles of democracy, we know they accept that. And for make sure if we want for challenge national issues, we for start time from the backyard. And that is what we are doing. Yes, we will be delayed. But after the delay and go through all the processes, we will turn back and say, thank God we took this route. And that is what we are doing. If we take time for clean the APC and get outside one forget. So that's all you go down national and talk to this who don't want it. The no point we have for saying so now been do. That is what we are doing. And so it get for happen, and then we will make sure say we see them through.
So right now the issue of the pardons or the paradons, they exist again.
No, it is not. This is a new breed of APC. Because that we become educated both academically and politically for change the scenario. For common at that time when they say, now so we forgo, we all through the route. No. Now we look forward to things say, get the clout, maybe for defend the party, get command, and get respect. Those are our focus. If we think say somebody not getting system, then they, as I say to the kind of people, if they think say me not get those principles, vote me out. That don't mean say I get for command at the party. I'll support another person will win after me. Because people they don't tell me say no, you're not fit for this job. This person will give you 9 fit. As long as the right procedures are followed. That is what we want to see. And that is why this is a new breed of APC. We want to make sure say we see and team up and talk say we are okay, we are democratic and stand by those principles.
With these principles, say if I lost, I lost. Or still supports a party. Una is see this kind of figure, then kind of people within the people ready for accept loss, genuinely say loss and allow the process go on. Then Boko.
Yes, then they. I believe say we all get conscience. If I go sit exam, I don't say I not study, I feel I have to accept I fail and try for rebuild myself. But if I sit the exam, I should say I pass it and say I fail. I get that pain there. I don't go ever forgive that lecturer I did.
What if somebody go to say, doctor, say there is all these concerns because the word them way affected and people there?
I'm not raising the concern because of me words. If I be for selfishness, I they left those words, I they go into the elections for district chairman and the winner. But those people that will be for the winner the election, they win at the right people and they don't become disenfranchised. It is not about Dr. Sisi. It's about the integrity and credibility of carrying the district. That is what we are fighting upon. They do the right thing today, sometimes not even good enough. There are certain elections where they conduct are not good. Because the right thing was done, and so I'm not getting a reason for goodie. Some other side where I go and see things and go on well. Like where I go at 217, I go for go watch what's happening. I go at team up, I ask everybody, okay, they say things are going on well. Accommodate. I go other side. And that is my rule for supervise every election where they take place and things the right thing be done. There are also possibilities say those 4 words then they go still conduct them. The other thing say for winner, they not winner. But if the right thing was done, I mean this is what tell and say no, una don't lost, una get for take her. Good. One word the way they don't conduct way, and the one way they support me think say they before winner. But when they don't read them, they say they don't lost. When they ask me petition, I don't put on it because I was not there.
We look at Sky now, of course, we talk about the bridge earlier on and other area, them now side away now, hard to reach area during the season. And then delay they happen. Therefore, the other area on, we don't know when they will give our dates back. Obviously, will affect the turnout and even the democratic process of the election. And
definitely, it gets for. That is why, thank God, one of the hard to reach areas even as was concerns 063. We don't know everything there. 064 don't done. 067 don't done. Now only 065 and 066. And when we come into 065, we don't get areas that we go stop people from getting into the voting centers. We don't get. Now when we go to 066, we start and can go to the center where they pull out the main matter boy. Then can go to another village where for let even reach there, you go for crosswater. Difficult. So why not allow those 30, 40 people for come over than take 200 people for go crosswater for go? And so, in order for, yes, the voting number get for reduce because they don't do at one time, the people they don't get result, they do at 2 times, they don't get result, then definitely get for discourage. But it is our responsibility for the sake of APC for let them go and pick who that and feel safe for represent them. Because if some not go and go pick who that not for represent them, then it becomes difficult for them to talk to Maya. So who want to let them exercise their own rights?
Doc, with allegations of ballot stuffing, inflating figures of people we supposed for votes from carrying a district, plenty people go say, you as a chairman, we write a petition, it is send a signal, say these are issues we're very important, because not so like any member of the party just writes petition for election will happen. You are the whole chairman of this particular district. What you go say so special na carrying a district, we make for the second term, then they do a rerun election na this particular district, ward, then they still get issues where you yourself don't petition. What's that this special thing we make people really want to get certain things done na carrying a district through this election process?
This is the thought of I must win. It is the thought of I must win. And if it is the thought of I must win, then I have to go to every extent for make sure say they win them. But here we are saying it's not the thought of I must win. It is the thought of who does the people of Carolina want. That is the focus. If you say you must win at all costs, then you say there is a means for making you win, it will create confusion. And because of that, I must win. I mean, then go add 451
So
names.
other than the I must win in this case?
Those are the people that want for me the secretariat go tell me. Because for make it add number, now somebody go there tell you say add number. Secretariat on their own don't go no say I for add number. So our petition is that. That is one. The second petition is that why we all them ballot papers there. That gear them ballot papers there because that people and they get their I must win mentality. So those are the people that want for me they tell me who that and them people and they.
What's the effect of I must win?
The effect of I must win na division. Because if you say I must win, we not to the people that want for make you win, and then you lost, you get the tendency for telling people and say we are not good again. And because they say we get that mentality for say I must win. But if you with the concept of now we all win, would that win a win, when you lost, you accept the defeat. So that's the concept to know a grown and carry a district. The concept of I must win. No, we know the encourage this concept to carry a district.
When they see I must win within the APC, not only carrying a district, but I must win, they see I'm within the APC.
For now, our focus is on our constituencies and our districts. So my focus presently is on carrying a district. When we done, we own small segment. Who can talk about region, then I've been thinking about my region. When we come about national, then we for think about national. So for now, we concentrate now with small corner also with the NC say the right thing we done there.
You see one team they way na something carrying.
Team Redeem carrying.
Redeem carrying. If you see them get that thought, I must win. Because
Yes, then get them.
why?
Because every the person who kitch will get the ballot paper in a team Redeem carrying come out.
Then I would say they want na chairmanship they want.
Then the focus is the one for Redeem carrying. So it was like when I was chairman, Carrying was in bondage.
So according to you as a chairman, it ain't bondage.
No. Because Carrying already in bondage, we team don't win 15 out of 17. So it tells you that we are not in bondage. Their own team they only win 2 words out of the 17 who don't conduct. So it tells you we are not in bondage. And then the same team with the FET. Now the same team we go scatter ballot papers. Now the same team we
So it's same for being you team against the own team.
Those sympathizing with me. Because as a district chairman, initially I don't get team. My team is the entire Carrying the district. But until when they come out say they want to come fight against me, and then the entire Carrying the people and say no, we're not going to accept.
But could that be a reason we make yourself as chairman don't put your foot down say you the petition for proof say now you forget the winning?
No, that's not the reason. I'm fighting for the people of Carrying. I tell you now, say I don't win 15 out of 21. So there's no need whether 60 get any impact. I would have said, let's go. But then if I don't betray the trust of other people in Carrying, we not choose that they're supposed to choose. So my focus is let the people of Carrying decide. If even after the elections, they can say, chairman, you don't try for you, but we don't want you as district chairman. So be it.
So you say I must win a division. And if you say it's Redeem carrying, but they are must win where you say then get. Then will bring some division for you in the district.
If we get 17 words. 135 voters don't say yes. Then 18 voters say no. It's a minute number. And some of those 18 voters also will have to come over because it's all for the benefit of Kaine district.
So the try for wrap up with you now for coming to the next segment. The breakfast show this morning. You say you don't petition and they wait now for your reform for response. If they rerun again for happen again as chairman for carrying a district, what are your expectations as to something different? Wait for make after that rerun the complaints not come up again. What are your expectations?
My expectation are one, we the expected for change the election management team na carrying. Two, if there's going to be any change of venue, the appropriate people should be consulted and agreed upon. Three, therefore go back to the voter register of 12th February 2026. Those are my expectations. And allow a free and fair elections.
If it not happen.
We hope safe for make it happen. If it not happen, nobody knows what will happen because I cannot predict the future. But we expect, say, for the sake of peace and pushing the party forward, the secretariat go do the needful.
Would the suspect say if it not happen, the party will not go PPRC?
Yes, we have procedures. And the procedures say, if it not happen, we can go back to PPRC. But we say we are democratic. Me as chairman no get right for just commercial to go to PPRC. Yeah, if the party not take how we supposed to take I go back to the people of Kaine and consult. The decision of the people of Kaine will go be to the interest of the party. Now that decision they will take.
All right. Many thanks for you joining me this morning. That's Dr. Adikali Kabasi, say the APC district chairman for Kaine district. He been at the program this morning. They tell we about the reason them we make in as chairman petition the rerun election will be happen at Kaine district over the past weekend. And obviously we go look forward for get updates on the petition. According to them, we not get response yet, but we go follow this issue. And as developments they happen, definitely we go bring come the outcome to una na Liberty TV. Well, continue for watch the breakfast show. They come to you live na Liberty Online TV. The next segment we can talk about Ebola. How prepared is Sierra Leone for the country no go back into the dark days we'll be get Ebola na year as DRC don't over 1,000 suspected cases together with Uganda, and they don't get over 200 suspected. So one for no waiting authorities and the Ministry of Health don't put in place for let this signal go Canada the country because people all say it's obvious we get porous borders, then people they travel in and out of salon every day. We want to put in place for let this signal go come back to the country. The next segment after the short break, we go join Harold Thomas from the Ministry of Health where they can tell we what they don't put in place for let salon no get Ebola again. All right, sir. Okay.
For the news we get around, log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Stuff them everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Our voices gone. Hi, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, God picking, there's a get the power. You count on me, you count on me anyhow. Give you the news, give you the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer.
All right, so welcome back. It's still Iwaji Breakfast Show where they come to you live on Liberty TV, and continue for sending message, ask your question regarding the issues where we discuss at this edition of the Breakfast Show. And we tell you, say this segment we can't talk about health because we know say a severe fast spreading Ebola outbreak currently active in the Democratic Republic of Congo and also Uganda. And the World Health Organization (WHO), if you don't follow the news, they don't declare this as public health emergency to international concern. Well, we want for no waiting Salondo put in place for ensure say Ebola not struck the country back. And we all know say now from then kind news you're waking day now the world people can begin put things in place for ensure say in reach now the young country. Nobody is wishing for let Salon go back to them days and they for let the country get Ebola. But the facts now that people they travel in and out of the country every day. So we want to know what the authorities they don't put in place for let Ebola not come Salon again. Now a pleasure this morning for welcome Harold Thomas, when I risk communication lead and health education program manager at the Ministry of Health. Good morning, welcome to the program this morning.
Thank you.
I can feel tempted for say doctor. Anyways, like I don't tell the viewers them, we all know say the figures don't they grow now both DRC and Uganda. We make plenty countries and now stand by for ensure say because of the movements in the world, people not pull the sick out one country come to the other. Just last week we see even on ourselves we don't pull notice, let people know say it day under but in no day salon at all, and on they prepare on ourselves now for let this sick not come here. We see neighboring Liberia, people let me they pass with information say it did it, but then say issue a statement where then deny say they not get any active case na Liberia. So for Salonian situation, firstly let we know una the Ministry of Health if una been worried for you say DRC and Uganda don't get Ebola again after all the struggles where this DRC especially they don't go through with Ebola. Then una been worried for no say then get the outbreak back.
Well, not to say we worried, but it was concerning in the sense that DRC na place we they don't get virus disease, and this is the 17th time they don't get them. And the other main concern is that most of the Ebola strain will be happen like within Ghana Salon at the Ebola Zaire strain, and but now this one with the DRC and Uganda we spill over na Uganda now the Bujumbuju strain we is quite different from waiting we've been getting now, and Uganda DRC. Because they don't get so many outbreaks, then for don't get a lot of immunity, and that because people then don't survive, they don't give vaccine. The vaccine the way they may develop for the other state, the Zaire strain. Now between 2014 and 16 at Saloon and the other three countries, and they're able to develop them vaccine, and which is very much effective. But unfortunately, this is a different strain. So if you don't survive Zaire strain, you go to this Bujumbura strain, it not the work for you, you go still get them, or if you don't take the vaccine for this one, you take them for the other, you get the other one, it not go work. And you see how the case fatality, meaning the number of people that we don't infected, and the number of people that we don't die, where you look at compared to the number of people that are infected, is so high. So it's very concerning. Although the threat, when WHO look at the threat, and say it's like low or to medium threat, but it just take a few hours. Disease and the travel at the speed of a jet liner, meaning like how plane they travel. So from DRC, the most time it will take for Canada alone are just like 8 hours. So, so that same speed they plane they travel, now the same speed disease and they travel. So even if the threat low now we region, not to Salon no more, but we for be very, very concerned, and we for make sure that we put everything in place for prevent this outbreak. I remember when the Minister of Health, when they declare Mpox over, it been stressed and say, not a matter of if we get another outbreak now, when? Because now in today's world, we get diseases, we get conditions, we get events of public health importance. We then want most of the diseases they call them imagine disease, that's not the way they can for the first time. But then reimagine diseases. Diseases we've been there years ago. Well, we don't forget it come back. Remember, very recently we've been getting what we call this cutaneous ulcer na saloon. You know why they talk about even my man say, oh yes, we've been small now, them they call heroes, and that's not true. You know, it be not done. You know, it not be ever did, but you see where it don't come back. So we for always expect them thing and not to the tell we go say they expect the unexpected. We always expect them thing and but what we for do for be very proactive, like what we do the moment it come DRC, we alert the public say that this the situation and this and for do. Then a few days later on, we even put another advice. We even directed to the press waiting for do. So that people then go understand. Although some people then say, well, how you this concern now? Look who's at the end. Now that thing when I'm bringing can, but we're not bringing anything. But we make sure say we be very, very much prepared. And the other important thing again I want to stress to this media is the general public for aware say when we can do that kind thing so we advise people them, we talk of imminent threats them, and for that we go prevent people them, and prevent sickness them. For that we go make sure say we prepare. It's not like COVID London, Mpox London, and other one at the beginning camp. They tell me they prepare the press release. For them go out where they look they think I say this and that these people then go say, and the very first day as they go out, where we do with social listening. Now then the people them, I mean then I want TV program, and people and then they call back, they vex say now that thing when I want bring come, but we not really bring the thing and come. We make sure say we tell people them so that then we cooperate with we. When Mpox mean they we will tell people and say Mpox can this and thing doxally, na chicken pox and all. And most of the people that we really talk then and they unfortunately they may get them. When they get them now that's then they come back and advise other people and say we don't believe. But for wait till it affects you because sometimes it go serious by you or even it go even unfortunately not make them. So wait till they say they do all of these things for protect people then we all in the country for protect ourselves, but not to look at and the fake news back and then misconceptions in the I can always say much as we get experts like journalists and communication specialists and all them and people and then specialists and then they back where they can sit down, then they make them fake news and they like feel like a true. I don't know which thing that they enjoy for when they do that. But when they do you go almost listen at two, but we always say let people then listen to trusted and authentic sources. Like for instance, Ministry of Health, National Public Health Agency, whatever they pull, now the correct one. If any agency or any news agency, for instance, wants for use that one and they once it come out from their source and they good. But then we know they listen to people that we just come, then bring other things because they see a lot and people sometimes they can enjoy for watch or listen and take them as gospel truth. And that one they cause a lot of problems for we in the country because we SSF not go want to make the kind of problems they have with because the implication is very, very huge because looking at them, they will not just say, hey, Ebola will not deal with them. Not to that, every disease gets immune. Yeah. Even malaria. For instance, I can say, malaria, if Pekin really under 1 year gets malaria, within 3 days, if they're not treated them, it can lose in life, let alone all the other sicknesses. So the risk for diseases is very, very high.
Before we can talk about the measures the Mona don't put in place and what to expect people individually for the do at this time, Waiting on a land as a country, waiting the Ministry especially of Health don't learn from the past outbreak of Ebola within this salon in terms of getting ready now, because anything can happen. We are not wishing that the same thing happen again, but now from lessons where the country don't learn, we gonna know if we are really prepared. Waiting on a land from the past outbreak.
Well, we don't learn say in a world where the anything are always there, we for be very, very proactive and prepared. Because if you meet you ill prepared, like how it happened, the last time, it will take a very long time and a lot of sufferings and go happen, a lot of life will lost. So if you, like how we do so, now based on the lessons and they will don't identify, now then lessons and they will use for make sure so we do what we do. Like when it happens so right now outside we don't put in place, in fact we don't activate all the core capacities in, when I say core capacities, everything we take for then for fight against the disease, like case management, the one that they treat, medical countermeasures, the drugs, then ports of entries, then border crossing, risk communication, laboratory. We get so many core capacities. Now we're on alert mode. Everybody they on alert. We don't put we preparedness plans and together. We don't make sure say as now if you go as Friday, this Friday, when I go through the airport, a lot of messages them don't deal at the airport, they run on the screens them. We get with other border post and crossing points them. We don't put things together for laboratory. We don't look at possible, sites and way, for in case this thing will happen. We don't put a lot of things there. Every day we get high level meetings for make sure say we do things and not to now because of this we don't do we anytime like we not can get too much for do. We they do it we call simulation exercise and like thing that we do it's like saying that the real thing. Sometimes in a table top who can sit down inside the all and do sometimes in a live simulation. I remember the last live simulation we do to the extent that people let me say hey, Ebola don't come. The one they say even the hospitals and the laboratories and they're not even know say na practice with the practice. You go there sit down in the hospital, you see them they bring patients, ambulance and they go for see how people then go react if the real thing happens. So all of them say they put them in place. And we know they left non-stone unturned. We know say for preparedness, no country not go 100% prepared, but we go make sure say we do certain things and we will go able for like not to when the thing come, we go begin say, oh, who's I for them people there so go, or who's kind medicine for use, or where the PPE we for don't put all them things in place. Not only for Ebola, because even cholera, the last time we get in cholera in 2012, it been so serious. Now the worst cholera outbreak we been get. So what do we do every year before the rains? We they activate with cholera preparedness teams. We they activate and we do messages and we do everything. You find out say from 2012 to now we not ever get cholera again. And some of them measures they would do like hand washing and all. Not for one grain disease, not for mpox, not for cholera. But you find out say for 19 and the way Ebola come, they say what's and this, that, and all. You find out say cholera will not ever get them again. It will not get them again because other countries and they get them, but the preparedness. We got a calendar. We'll get epidemic calendar. We know say July to August now this kind of sick we they expect. This and this now this kind. The one they will not even know that one and they can come at any time. So when them time and they reach, we see what they do for prevent them. So we work day and night, but a lot of people are knocking see them because most of the information they not for the public, but they work on the and one of the lessons they will learn back. Remember, and then just asking me this question and other media we then tell anyway Ebola may come, I think we been get knock. we COVID been carried, we get na COVID. We always be the get make the institution, and after that we dissolve them. But now we get a permanent outfit now at the country. When at the National Public Health Agency, when at that they not get nothing when they do pass that one day. So if anything happen, you will find out say like a way mpox will happen. So that will not stop the health workers, the way they treat people them, or way they do operation, or way people and they go born to. Then they do their own work. Public health, National Public Health Agency, they do their own work. Now that then different. Because during Ebola, when everybody may just concentrate by Ebola. We done with Ebola, but a lot of people in there will not for die. Some man afraid for even going to hospital. You get ordinary sick where you forgo, where they forgo treat you. You afraid you go. A lot of people in die because the same people in them in there for them one and but now we don't split. We don't get a new agency. We that the work supported by the Ministry of Health. So all the one in a very good lesson, say we learn. Another lesson again, we always do in communication with all. We get a network. All core capacities get network. For instance, the one way at the lead Diana is communication. We get two networks. We get the West Africa network. We 16 countries in the day, where we know we safe because we meet different countries at different time. Then we meet virtually. Then we get another one for the whole of Africa. We call them the Health Promotion Community of Practice. That community of practice, they even myself now one of the executive members that we did it. So when we the online countries and they like where it happens so right now yonder, and they communicate with me direct counterpart day. So now the same thing, the person with the lead case management, the person with the lead laboratory, we they do. So we sabi we self, we they talk, we all get to numbers them. But first time that's not been the happening. So now one of them lessons, just the other day we meet like one country self, we do a lot of things where we interact together and we make sure say we they always communicate. So
what about the messaging? Just earlier we talk. It's when we talk about the mpox, people begin feel say on bring sick. The Ebola and this thing people they say, for put politics. Some people they say government want for make money. How I don't begin put measures in place for make the public, particularly the one they already apply. Begin no say na XYZ is supposed to do, and this not to government or anybody responsible for come or not come, but we all get responsibility for prevent them.
Yes, the message now one. The message it don't go out. Everybody know. But we get another aspect, and that one they have the Namiun area, we they call BIIM, Behavioral Intelligence and Infodemic Management. Right now, like how they talk to you, even why I didn't answer, we get people that really monitor any the executive director, then another television, then they monitor. With the monitor, we get an automated system where they monitor everything where they go on waiting people in the talk. Based on that one, now we adopt, we messages them. And we always make sure say people in concerns, we address them on a real-time basis. Because if person you get concerned, and if you say this thing so now lie then they lie. These are like concern. If we not go tell and say, okay, this not to lie and this and that, they're not gonna believe. So, and when we find out, say, when we look at the dashboard, when we address the concerns, as we address the concerns, then the rumors and then fake news and the good one. You understand? So now then kind of thing and we do because this not to the health people they know more. We get what we call experts. But apart from experts, we get the lay perspective, people like me and you within at the community because much as we the book, we self belong to a community. So now a whole of community approach. That chief within that small community, that paramount chief where they get then in one whole chiefdom, we always they engage them so that they will understand. And then people themselves will understand. And some now we don't do it so that some chiefdom they don't make bylaws if person they go and put them fake messages and they then get what they do either then find them or then get some punishment they within the give. We just see what happen in Liberia just the other day where a health worker among other people them where they try for propagating fake news. We see the steps they will take, but every country gets in your own way where it handle things them. But if we know try for stop this them fake news, them misconception. And the one way bad, the misinformation not too bad because for instance, if you of me or you want for express something to the public, sometimes if you not put that in a way, sometimes you're not going to understand and better. Then not too bad. But the one way bad, as I say, now the disinformation. Where people then they sit dumb, then they make fake something for make sure say they change people in mind and cause a lot of things in. Because let we just see what happen in DRC. To an extent where side they make for three to now, then they go born day. So now that time they can work on people and at their minds where then they behave so. But we they try for go use all kind means, especially social scientific means and who they use for make sure say last go down na the community, we able for talk to them, make them understand. Because we don't want to make it late, like a mpox and that may happen. Some people then say, I lie then they lie. When it's in kitchen, we nearly one us in life. And then they don't turn champion now. They say, this thing are true, me say not believe not true, but it could be late. Something some man they're not gonna get an opportunity there for talk, say, not been true or something, but you tell them, remember, then say the thing don't work for them or then don't lost in life.
Let we look at practical examples now of things and way una don't do for ensure say Salon no gets Ebola again, going beyond talking to community people, sending messages as to waiting then suppose for do. Let we take the airports for example. Those practical thing where they happen there for let people where they travel on a daily no bring candy sickness alone. Waiting practically they happen at the airport.
One, we don't develop messages and we don't put now all sign at the airport like a roll up banners, posters, and just the other day we don't convert them and they into electronic so that it go the roll na the screen, just last week we been doing then say we need for instead of horizontal we put vertical we put a horizontal, we don't put them so the roll na the screen that na one. Two, we get the infrared thermometer away because Ebola, the time where you begin get fever, now that time you go able for spread them to people. So we they make sure say now we they test people with the kind inside, the temperature. But for now, we they use the infrared gun thermometer. But we don't procure to the airport some patterns the thermal one where they sit down so na big cameras like Corona Kingana studio where it zoom far. Yes, you can also self way it and point for you. Then they detect if you get fever. But that one they not come it. But it will come very, very soon. But we still now the same work this other one and they do. Don't instead of you go begin feel form because some people then can find them boring right now. For go you just travel, you can't and begin the feel form and everything. We don't get a portal now. We demonstrate and just the other day way I should say the IT people then go down put on we're very friendly where you can use your computer, you use your phone and some days if you feel in an offline offline capability where you can then inside the plane you don't get internet, you don't feel them. But the time they come down away you get internet, you just come you click and so that people then go sit down, they not go waste people in time, but at the same time that ending now then go look what's done and able for check you. These are some of the things and not only the airports, the seaports also. We get one main seaport now. Now we get two main land border crossing, Genema and Balamuya. And apart from that, we get so many unofficial. That one day I can say that because it to be like a official, unofficial border crossing points. So that one day we know them. Then side within the course, we know to the main points of entry. We the position staff then so that then we're able for check because now what we they do, waiting the IHR, international health regulation they push for. it's not like for let you close border. If close border, it not gonna mean anything. You know, if you want to climb inside this building and close the gate, if person want desperate for come, they go jump the wall or you pass na other side for come inside. So we dey make sure say whatever side people in the pass for now, they're able for check them because Ebola not like other sick. The fever na cardinal sign. As you get whether if you get fever, wey dey carry inside, whether na malaria or na other kind thing you get, one, you know, they will get a very high index of suspicion. You know, we health workers are trained for this one, so we were able for check the one in the end. Before you will say confirm say person gets Ebola, you for make sure say the laboratory confirm them. And not to any kind confirmation, any kind laboratory, we call them RTP and PCR, you know, reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction, and that particular one we use when at the standard. So we laboratories they all don't get that one. So if they suspect anybody, like a person because before Ebola, everybody can get fever, they get headache. Sometimes people can get even bleeding tendencies and can bleed out their nose. But no. So, and we always been in check for what we call VHF. That is viral hemorrhagic fevers. Right now, for where Ebola done, we don't get past thousands of them one and the when we science them, we will see them with a good check. Sometimes some can turn out for the lesser, some can turn out something ordinary, something not too significant. So we always continue for check them one and the. These are the measures, and we don't also put in place plans. Every core capacity don't get immune preparedness plan so that then we know waiting for do. Then don't stand up with we get what we call different pillars. Who that get for leader, who that they lead them, who that they did, so that it don't become with the acts. You know, now people and they even criticize you say with the overreact. But so it better let you overreact than you underreact. They say, well, why not they use sledgehammer for kill fly? Then they say no, far. But we no mind, we go still overreact so that we will prevent this thing from coming.
The screening areas where you make mention of, the airports and other parts and ways so they do active screening currently for prevent Ebola from coming. In a situation where you something screen and notice somebody gets fever, when one of the active things and the one they look for Ebola before na confirm them or not. Waiting na the capacity them where una get for isolate people and then different area also na they do screening.
Yeah, we don't get all in centers. I don't know. We if you go on our website, the National Public Health website, or the social media handles, you will see say even Lunge MEMS that emergency setup will get at the Ministry of Health. They don't already position ambulance system na the airport. And all inside where you go, then we'll put that person there. And if we need be for transfer, ambulance and they on standby. You see the ambulance and they go be set everything done and not go use them, but it go daily. These are preparedness measures and way then they take.
In terms of not just the isolation, remember the last time, like you say, when I don't learn lessons from the outbreak we've been there of Ebola. Challenge be they forget PPEs, challenge be they forget enough manpower for ensure say, because it just take you one case, if not controlled, for let it spread. In terms of manpower, the PPEs and every other thing we wanna need. Are they intact on a plan? Then we get when I don't ask donor for support the ministry for buy.
Like them as I say medical countermeasures, anything like PPE, the gloves. In fact, salon right now, the sanitizer who they use right now, I get an amica. Now, not the buy on other side. Now we the manufacturer. The National Public Health Agency, the IPC unit, and then the manufacturer and Abu. With the manufacturer, them 5 gallons, them. The soap they use for what's on. We get them 5 gallons, then we the manufacturer. So then we not buy them with the manufacturer. And the first one with them in the pharmacy board, they be joining with them, able to get the formula and for do them. And now with the do them thing, all the other things and then then they in place, like and the health worker them first them. If you're not health worker, you're not nurse or you're not doctor, then say let you go, or hygienist, then say let you go na Ebola center. Some man they say well I left the work. But you will find out, say, because during Ebola, by the tail end of Ebola, people then be the big for letting them go work in Ebola center, because now in order they can say safety don't dey for the health workers them, and so then they even turn some people and say no, you wait. So for now we get enough stuff, and like I was saying, we get public health agency, national public health agency, and Ministry of Health. So that they not go and bug Ministry of Health work. The people within a national public health agency with support of Ministry of Health, then go to the electoral. They will be where people are all the kind of the guy. Nobody know they go to hospital, they meet now very few staff. And people are even afraid for going to the hospital. Now then we get confidence because they don't put things in place, and then get standby. We get in fact we only do we call them such training. We me certain and be one of the people that really facilitate anything in it. And we don't train people that we don't go other countries like Rwanda for Marburg virus disease, way like close cousin to Ebola. We don't go na Namibia for mpox. We don't get different one when they go on search. So we get a catalog of people them. Some people they will not even retire, we know they work again. We get them and we list. So if anything come, we just cancel that list, we call them. We'll give them quick orientation and go able for work.
Una at any point they get advice to, for example, like the way I get right now, so Congo don't get the sick. Now they get advice or they send experts in there for support them. They go to be still say them they do for way other people and they come for help we.
Well, each that stage it's way we do that. We do them for Marburg virus disease. We been doing in Rwanda last year. Marburg is a close cousin of Ebola. What may happen? The same thing will be happening in Salon. As you see for Ebola, where people let get them, whether they want to go to bush, and so them they go do na, and so them they do na Rwanda. So the first thing where they approach we risk communication, we able for make sure say we help them with advices them and we protocols them all now they use. Don't they make sure say back, they ask we back, forget health workers them for go. So a team of doctors we be led by Dr. Jallo. We in teams health workers, doctors, nurses, hygienists, then go Rwanda. They're not there even each 3 months. Then go before the end of the year, they may come back. Then come back safe and sound and it done. So we they help other countries, even for risk communication where they talk, we they help we don't help about 5 or 6 countries and for put up their own system. But for them now, just say it because then don't always they get this thing as well. So waiting for do not for Komogo help them now for that we secure we own part and make sure we prepare. If needed for letting call for help, anything we go willing for doing. But for now, we then can handle the situation right now. But we they make sure say we put things in place in our salon for waiting for do. But the only thing what they say as always from time to time they talk, we want the cooperation of people because we instructions are very simple and very clear and very easy to carry out. If they say what's your hand with soap and water, it's very easy. Now go talk say well, when we say what's your hand, and say where the food they give me before I wash your hand. Be hand. We will not put the Veronica buckets around, but as mpox and they declare over, people and they take the bucket and go do other things.
Because we ask to say that advice public institution and for beginning
these are the sustainability issues and then it's good. For if outbreak not itself, when you wash your hand, it save a lot of problems. So now it will take we back other expenditure and other staying for begin go put them back in place. So we set up the community people and for be very, very cooperative with we. And the neighbors on side when they say what's on the person highly, educated person as Sebastian. As you talk, when you don't want to vex, if you just make an answer no more, it come on at the place. Without arrogance. because they feel say well sometimes me too big for them tell me for WhatsApp. They do am because that time they security people and they but the way we do am not to it just what's the answer. It just make him now he come out till they go. So but next time they do am for episodes, sometimes you don't very picking, you don't go touch on side as the guy said that the way ulam. Sometimes now they go give sometimes you was strong enough for resist then but that poor picking they not go able. So we need for make sure say we put things in place.
With all waiting with our experience and you don't around the communication area with all these years with the Ebola, the COVID, if you say we get any outbreak, possibly like the Ebola, we now go still get challenged with the community people then for accept the message or they come up from one.
Well, to be honest, yes, because just look what's in the happen BIC. I know we'll vouch say we know we'll get challenged. We will get, but we dey try for make sure say we tuna help and everybody, and then we work on the hearts and minds of people. One, if them believe, if you not believe in something, you not go practice them. You understand? And I can always make this example over the years. I don't work so long that I know say when AIDS been there, when AIDS been just come, we they talk about AIDS, we dey educate people in. We been get some people in, when our friends, a lot of other people in, what they tell them, then they seriously argue say AIDS not there. Unfortunately, I know some of them will be not get this thing and not even die of harm because what you do, they not believe say it did. So then become victims, you understand? So anything you not believe in, you go there at risk. You understand? If they say, okay, hold in a so they don't tell you. You say a lie, you go inside. So what would they say? We want to make people just believe what we tell them. We're not going to mislead nobody. We tell them things for prevent them, illness and any occurrence, and for make sure say we promote the health, and even in the situation we then don't get sick, for make sure say we alleviate their sufferings and make sure say the sickness not overcome them. This now we mandate at the Ministry of Health. But we want this all of community approach, even to the chiefs. We get cooperation for most of the chiefs and like the paramount chiefs them. They get bylaws. I remember the other day, for measles, for instance, we've been getting resistance. One particular paramount chief use them bylaws and they say these bylaws they've been safe for Ebola and other communicable disease for measles. And I see what's happening. And the people that will be they refuse vaccination, then go because they respect them chief then they. So once people like then kind and they where they cooperate, some people and they you get for actually we can say salmon sticks and
but I don't ask them for reactivate some of the measures they are back now in different communities.
Yes, we immediately, in all the engagements that we'll get, they know say their engagement. In fact, that Ebola yourself will be the mimic. Then they use them because there was a caveat we say Ebola and any other communicable diseases. So then they use the Ebola yourself for measles and other one or mpox. So then still they use them and they always find opportunity. It's in what I say all of government's approach, not to win no more, the Ministry of Local Government. They always can they by we side we they call them paramount chiefs and they call them then they in charge of them and they and we Ministry of Information, we get so we all get for put things in place. And also the the all of community approach, meaning you within a community, whether you they work in an office or any side, even myself within a Ministry of Health, I'd send a particular community, me send a community people, we all for join and they cannot say, okay, I get host, we get wall and gate. Then disease and then they travel,
But
over the wall and
exactly, Mr. Thomas, community people for watch for this period.
We don't tell them. When you see anybody, you or anybody where you get fever, high fever. If you get a headache, if they get unexplained tiredness, you not do nothing. You wake up morning no more, your body just extremely tired, or your body only hurt. Sometimes and they get diarrhea, or sometimes and they bleed from your nose. It not gonna be say all of them signs and and symptoms. The signs and wetin we dey see, wey person can see by you. The symptoms and wetin you dey feel, wetin you tell we no dey know. If you say you dey heart, now you no more dey know. So all that one and they, you for call 117, na toll-free line. Not say you call am one time, you no get am, because even the network now, I can then access I call you something 123 before you get them. But try use another person phone at toll-free. You go able to get them. Or you go to the nearest health facility, then go know what for tell you. And when we see person, we come out some side, like he travel, other side come. You for be very, very vigilant and for ask who side this person come out. Then we can always say neighborhood watch. Then come go side and they a valid one, so that we go able for prevent we safe. Let we not hide people in, because some man them when something happen, they say, no go hospital. If you go hospital, then go send Ebola. You understand? You don't know what's by so doing, a lot of people then they don't even lost their life doing Ebola thing. Where sick, small sick way for sick. They say, no, now no go let them not send Ebola. You go in a house, don't the thing go worse by you. So we want to make people and they use the health facility and make sure say 117 and call them. And anybody will go show you something in phone or in tablets, or where you not sure, now for try for verify. Where you not see that Ministry of Health or that National Public Health Agency, not just begin to spread them, we for actually verify. And even to everybody, we now we get a lot of journalists, we get one day we didn't see bloggers, we get social media, they one and they always advise them for make sure say let them give the right reporting and so that people because everybody now believe in the media houses and for way as small people right now even radio and television where you tell somebody something will be small you go and say hey na radio area so that means to say that trusted and trust then people and so that they're able to maintain that trust so that they're not go able to mislead people.
At this stage, as we wrap up the segment, Thomas, you go assure the public say from on a young path, salon day on top of situation for Ebola no come salon, preventing it.
Yes, prevention na a two-way street. Like they say, they try all we can. Then we want cooperation from the general public. If we do that, then we will stand a chance for prevent, then disease, not only Ebola, but any other disease. But again, I don't want to give people a false sense of protection because sometimes let them not go abupa, we no more. Say, our Thomas don't talk, say, then go try this thing will come. But it depends on your action as well. So, that then kind of thing. And so, as I say, we all for put hand together. Let we able for spare with time for just when you get the right message, just tell one green person one. We get this each one teach one approach. If me tell one person, the other person tell one person. By the end of the day, the week, and everybody go don't know. So and let we see this, what will they do as a proactive measure for prevent Ebola and other sickness. Even remember when antivirus also. They get the threats and other side. They're far. Where we only slow. We even tell people in Bodani, say, this time they happen so for do this and this and this and this. We never know, as I say, trade and travel. Every day people and they go different country, they go buy market. Someone they come out in Friton, they go. Someone they come out, they can't Friton. This is trade. Travel, you see that go family picking na Brussels, that go family picking a boo. So everybody they travel. So now so disease then they travel. Because some of them the disease then we na their own vehicle, na two we then with the travel. So for no say this one now they spread diseases in that kind of situation, and we for make sure say we able for put things in place.
All right, Sarah Thomas, many thanks for you joining at this edition of the Breakfast Show for can talk to the viewers them about how prepared Salon Day in terms of preventing Ebola not for comeback na the country. Well, now this edition of the Breakfast Show go left una. Many thanks to the production team led by Musa Saukuruma and una always contribute for ensure say this particular edition of the Breakfast Show meet una. Many thanks to you if we watch, share, and save drop a message. One for so we appreciate una all. Until we meet again now another edition of the Breakfast Show. Mina Mabel Kabade. So get a wonderful day and goodbye.
And Mina Alex Lawrence Kumari say continue to follow different program them will they bring to una until tomorrow. Get yourself a blessed day.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.